Good morning, Flosstube. I am Tamara. I am PD Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. This is my channel about cross stitch. If you are here for cross stitch, welcome. If you are not, I apologize. My dog is laying next to me and acting a little bit foolish this morning, so if you hear loud noises, that's probably him. I'll see if he'll sit up in a little bit so that y'all can meet him, because if you saw my last Flosstube, we got a new member of our family who's furry and four-legged, but is a little bit wide open this morning. So today is Sunday, April 10th, and it is 7-ish in the morning, 6-ish, 6:30-ish in the morning. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning friend, welcome back. I appreciate you joining me each video. I have been doing better. It's been almost every other week for somewhat consistently. Had a little break there a few weeks ago when I wasn't feeling so good, but other than that, this year I've been fairly consistent, I'd like to think. Hopefully that will continue. Like I said, if you are new here, welcome. I always enjoy having new friends join me. If you are here because you're interested in cross stitch, stick around, see if you see anything you like. If you have never heard of cross stitch, you don't know what cross stitch is, stick around, see if maybe it's something you're interested in. It's for me, it is a hobby that keeps me relaxed and somewhat sane. It gives me an opportunity to just kind of decompress at the end of the day, which is when I normally stitch, either first thing in the morning or at the end of the day. So, I actually have notes today, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes, because last video, when I watched that back, wow, I was a hot mess. I was very discombobulated. You would think that taking a break of one video would not cause me to not remember what I was doing, but yeah, I did. So I apologize for the glare in my glasses. It is still dark outside, so I've got lights on in here. And Buster, come here. That would be his tail. Let's see if I can get him to turn around. Buster, come here. Come here. Can you say hi to the friends? Can you say hi to the friends? Buster, up here. Look up here. There he is. This is Buster. He is, as the vet said, he is a Heinz 57, so we're not really sure what all he has in him. He's got colorings of a German Shepherd, but some of the physical characteristics of a hound and the strength of a pit bull, because he's very strong. He's 40 pounds and quite strong, but he's a big difference from my last dog, who was all of a whopping 20 and wasn't very strong at all. So this is Buster. Are you going to go lay down now? Can you go lay down? Or are you just going to stay right there? Alright, well, he's going to hang out here, and we're going to try and show you some cross stitch. There he goes. So I've got a few whips. I don't have any finishes because I get those very rarely. Some plans, some haul, not much, but just a tiny bit, and a giveaway, so stick around. Let's hit these whips. So the first one is Christmas 2. This is one of the Whip Go projects that was called for April. Christmas 2 is a Heaven and Earth design. The artwork is by Ciro Marchetti. This is my oldest whip. My goal for Whip Go is to get a page finish, and I'm on track to get this page finished this month. So here's where it is. It's still on the Q-snap because I am actively working on it, but I pulled off the edges so that y'all could see the whole thing. But here's where it is, and here's where I've been working, is this page right here. And as you can see, I just have, so this is the edge of the page. This is the bottom of the page. So I do park. So I apologize for the hanging threads if that causes anybody stress. It works for me. So I have just this. I do a as you can see, I do some, I don't completely work in 10 by 10 blocks, like every row. I do have some, a little bit of cross country. It makes sense to me. So I'll stitch the park threads and work my way up in the 10 by 10s and then work my way down to fill in and then go back up. Like I said, it makes sense to me, but I'm not sure I can explain it very well. But that is, the goal is to get a page finish, and I'm fairly certain I'll be able to get that done. I've been trying to do full coverage Fridays. I know Sarah from My Stitching Kingdom and Sammy J from Sammy J Stitches have been doing full coverage Fridays, so I decided to hop on the bandwagon with them. Except this past Friday I did not. Long story, I'll explain in a little bit when we get to life. But so this is what it's going to look like. I probably should have shown this first, but this is what it's going to look like. I absolutely adore all of these little nutcrackers and cannot wait till we get into those. I'm not too far from getting into, I think, this one, because I work the pages diagonally, so when I finish this one, I'm pretty sure there's the top of a nutcracker in this one. I could be wrong. So that's Christmas 2. And then the next one is supposed to be my 100 stitches a day. I did work on it 3 times in the last 2 weeks, so that's better than nothing. This is November from the Cricut collection. Well, hello, that would be Buster trying to get my attention. This is November from the Cricut collection. I've done, for those of you who are new, I have already done January through October. I'm working on finishing up November, and then I will start December, and then I will fully finish all of them. I say that. If you are returning, you know. Have you seen a fully finished item on my channel? Ever? But I promise, these will get fully finished because I would like to display them. Everything else just ends up in a box under my bed because why not? I'm a progress stitcher. I like the progress of it and the process of it. I'm not necessarily a product stitcher. I like to finish things, but then I just finish them and put them away and move on to the next thing. So, but here is November. I have, it's wrinkly because, like I said, this is supposed to be 100 stitches a day, so I keep it on the Q-snap. I took it off, so this is November, and I am on the R. The last time I shared this, I think I was up here. I didn't have any of this house. I had the roof of the house and the chimneys of the house, but I don't think I had any of the blue. So this is on 32 count. Picture this plus Wren. I do have these written down this week, so hopefully I will not forget. Christmas 2 is on 25 count easy grid. I'm doing it 2 over 1 10th stitch. This is 2 over 2 because it's 32 count, and I do 2 over 2 for 32. 32 is probably my favorite count fabric to work with. I like linen. I know there are people that don't like linen. That's okay, because it's, everybody's hobby is their own. And if you like Aida, stitch on Aida. If you like linen, stitch on linen. If you like even weave, stitch on even weave. Stitch on whatever is going to make it easy and fun for you. I like linen. I don't like linen if it has too many slubs, so I like to stitch on linen. But if it's got too many slubs, I have to try and like figure out where to place it so it's not. This is where I am. I literally just have the rest of this R and the house, but this house seems humongous. I'm hoping to finish this in April. We'll see. I'll go ahead and explain why I'm not working on it 100 stitches every day like I should be. For those of you who are new, I have 5 children. My youngest 2 are still in school. They're still school age. My oldest 3, one of them's graduated college. He's now working. He still lives at home. The next two are a set of twins. One of them lives at home, one of them doesn't. The one who doesn't is not in college currently. She is working full-time, and the other one is in college. She lives at home, goes to the local university. Then my youngest two, we homeschool. I've homeschooled all of my children for pre-K up through graduation, but they compete in sports for the local high school. One does track, and one does soccer with a little bit of track on the side. She competes when she doesn't have a soccer game. So we have a lot of evenings that are spent at the soccer field for games, because her games, the high school games, are on Tuesdays and Friday nights. And then track meets are usually one a weekend, and then Tuesdays, or like this week we have one on Wednesday afternoon. So if there's a day that's got a track meet or a soccer game, I know I'm not going to get any stitching done in the evening, so I don't work on this. I work on this on the days that I know I can do this in the morning, get 100 stitches in before my day starts, and then in the evening I can work on whatever I've scheduled for that day. But if we have a game or a meet, I know I'm not going to get any evening stitching done, so I move my scheduled piece to the morning, and this goes to the wayside. So I've stitched on it 3 times in the last 2 weeks, if that tells you anything. We've been busy. I'll get to that more in life. But that's November, and I'm so close. I just have that R, but I feel like there's so much stitching in that R. And then I've only worked on 3 things in the last 2 weeks, but I got so into Christmas too that I just kept stitching on it. But I picked up this weekend because I was able to do a little bit of stitching at the soccer game the other night, because I got there early and then during halftime. So this is The Office by Stitch Aria on Etsy. And I'm working on these motifs up here. I don't know why this is not, I don't know, it doesn't look clear to me. I hope y'all can see it. I've also taken the sides off this Q-snap because I was literally working on this last night right before I went to bed. So I've stitched all the way up to the Q-snap right here. But I've gotten the Cafe Disco with the disco ball. This quote, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. And I don't know why this looks like a huge gap here. That is counted right. Now, there is a mistake, not in this. When I did the Dundee Award, which was the very first motif that I did, I left out 2 rows in this part of the body. This is supposed to be 8 stitches tall in this part right here, and it's 6. I don't know why. I don't know how I miscounted, but I did. And I just noticed it this weekend. I do not want to, it's right at the top. It's correct at the top. I do not want to undo from here to here to restitch it. So there's a couple of extra rows here. And thankfully, when I counted off to do this teapot, I counted off the top where there wasn't a mistake. So everything else is counted off correctly. It's just this little Dundee that is not the right height. If you were me, would you frog it and restitch the bottom part to get it down lower, or do you think this space is good? That's question number 1 on this piece. I have a question number 2. And this needle minder, I'll talk about it in a minute because it makes me sad. Happy but sad. And then, so I've been working on filling in the World's Best Boss mug. I outlined it. This is why I was able to get stitches in the other night at the soccer game. I outlined it, did just the outside of stitches, and then in the boss so that I would know where the rest of the stitches go. And then I was able to just sit there and fill in mindless. Didn't have to have my pattern, just filled in. So I was able to get that done. I need to finish the handle. It's kind of showing up that you can see the difference. In person you can kind of see it, but it is a little tone on tone. If you were me, would you backstitch it with black? So this disco ball is white and the same gray. And it called for it to be backstitched. And I feel like it makes it pop a little bit more. This over here is the same gray. I feel like the backstitch down the side makes it just show up a little bit more. Same, I don't know why the snowman is gray and not this white. but it is also backstitched, and you can see it. So would you backstitch this? Right now I'm leaning towards yes, as much as backstitching can be a little tedious. I don't mind it if it's going to make it look better. So what would you do if you were me? Would you backstitch that mug? So those are my 3 whips. That's it. That's all I worked on for 2 weeks. But I got a lot of progress done on all of them. Like I said, I got several motifs done in the office. I got a good bit of that house started in November, and a whole lot of work on the page of Christmas 2. So I'm happy. What are my plans? So my plans are to continue on Christmas 2, try and work towards that page finish so I can get my Whip Go goal made for April. If you're not familiar with Whip Go, I highly recommend going over and checking out Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on Flosstube. This is her brainchild, and she explains it so much better than I could. Basically, it's a bingo board, and you put projects and goals in your bingo board, and each month she calls 2 numbers. So Christmas 2 was one of the 2 numbers that she called for this month, and I'll talk about the other one in just a second. So I'm going to I'm going to continue working on Christmas 2. I'm going to continue to work on November. On the days that we don't have things in the evening, I'll try and get 100 stitches in the morning. And then the last one is a new start, because the other call for my April Whip Go was a new start. 5 days of working on it. So my goal is to work on it today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Get my 5 days in, and then put it aside and go back to working on Christmas 2. But it is, I apologize, I've got stuff everywhere. It is America, America, and it is designed by Ursula Michael, and it was in the Just Cross Stitch issue of August 2020. I love this. I'm very excited to work on it. It's going to be on Color and Cotton King's Blue, which I think it's just going to absolutely pop on this blue. And I think I forgot to say that the office is on 32 count Color and Cotton Succulent. I do have, like I said, I have it written down. You'd think I'd use my notes. I actually wrote down notes. I have them. But I really think that this is just going to pop on this color right here. So I'm very excited to work on this. I have a couple of patriotic pieces. Nothing finished. I do have the July Cricket collection finished, but not fully finished because I'm waiting to finish them all together. So I have nothing to display at patriotic season from May to July. I'd like to have some stuff. Of course, that would require me to fully finish, but that's okay. So the next thing is haul. Like I said, I have a little bit, not much. So I got a Lowry stand. Oh, I meant to say, I told y'all I would come back to this. So this needle minder says, I'm kind of a big deal to my LONS, Local Online Needle Workshop. And this was a gift in one of my many, many, many orders from Fire Puppies. If you've been watching Flosstube, I know you've heard by now, because several people have mentioned it, that Fire Puppies is closing. Very excited for Susan, the owner, and the new step in her life that she is taking with her husband. But I'm very sad because Fire Puppies not only was my local online needle workshop that I ordered from all the time, it was the closest needle workshop to me, like actual physical LNS. It was about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So when I actually got a chance to go to Somerville, I would. And I'm sad that it's closing. I do know that a new shop has opened in Myrtle Beach, which is also about an hour and a half away from me, depending on traffic, depending on the time of year. This summer, it's about 2 hours just because traffic is horrible going into the beach from where I live. I haven't been able to get a chance to go there. Hopefully, I will soon. My one daughter, who solely does track, that is her passion, that is her life. She's going to be in need of new shoes soon, and there's a running store down at the beach that she likes to go to look for shoes. So we'll probably head that way after a while, and while we're down there, I'll see if I can stop in and check out the store down there. However, you know, yeah, I'm very sad that Fire Poppies is closing, because they had the best customer service. Turnaround for online orders was super fast. But I wish Susan much, much happiness in her new endeavors. And I hope that they just are able to enjoy this time together. So, I do have a little bit of haul. This did not come from Fire Poppies, but the Lowry stand that I ordered a couple months ago did come from Fire Poppies. And I wanted to use it for my big 11 by 17 Q-snaps, because it's just unwieldy to try and hold it and stitch. And maybe I'll actually turn into a two-handed stitcher. I've heard that goes faster if you can do that. So, we shall see. So I had the Lowry stand, have my projects, have the corner clamp, all of that. But I didn't feel comfortable putting my Q-snap and my fabric in the Lowry stand without a grime guard. And I only had 11 by 11 grime guards or smaller. I have a 6 by 6, I have 8 by 8, 11 by 11, didn't have 11 by 17, and that's what all my big projects are on. So I had to buy an 11 by 17 grime guard for my Q-snap. Is this not absolutely gorgeous? I love the colors. It's just gorgeous. It came from Stitch and Sisters Crafts and Notions on Etsy. Here's their card. They have so many different lovely grime guards that I foresee more purchases in my future. So I'm excited about that. But that's it. That was my haul. So now, fun giveaway. I finished this project in 2021. This is Lavender and Lace, Angel of Freedom. So I finished her in 2021, and now I want to pass the stash. I do not have the original packaging, so I will send it in a baggie though, so that it is protected. So you'll get the cover photo, the pattern, which I think I've pretty much covered up the actual pattern, but you'll get the pattern. And this is the original pattern. I just don't have the original packaging. So if you are interested in this, comment below. Please be 18 or older so I can get your address. Don't use giveaway, free, win, all of those buzzwords that bring out the trolls. I'd like for you to be a subscriber, but I'm not going to require it. I would like for the people who win a giveaway from me to be one of my Flosstube friends and be a subscriber and somebody who follows me. But you know what? If you don't subscribe to me and you are a stitcher and want this pattern, great. I just want to share this with somebody who's going to use it and stitch it up and make it pretty. I just don't want it to go to somebody who's just going to turn around and resell it, which is why I don't want the trolls to come and comment and get it. So, you know, all the normal Flosstube rules. Don't say those buzzwords, be 18 or older, all those things. And use the word angel in your comment. So, life. We've been busy. I was at an all-day track meet yesterday with my daughter. There were actually 2 track meets that her high school team went to. We had a meet here in town that the coach took most of the team to, and then there was an All-American Classic meet in a town about an hour and a half away. And there were elite athletes from all over the United States who came. And our coach sent 3 athletes to that, and my daughter was one of them. So we were up there, and it was cold. And as the day went on, it got colder and windier and colder and windier. So my lips are a little chapped because of the wind. I did not get sunburned because I was pretty much covered from head to toe. I had a hat, I had a hoodie. It was cold. So I didn't get sunburned this week. That was a blessing, but I did get a little bit wind burn. But that was fun. That was all day. Friday night, my youngest had a soccer game. we've had soccer games in the evenings, had the new dog that we're training, and so we've been busy. This coming week we have a soccer game Tuesday and a track meet. The city county championship is Wednesday, and then that's it, because the week after that is spring break for the local schools. So no soccer, no track meets. They'll have practices, but no games or meets, and they go off to practice on their own. I don't have to go to those. So I'm looking forward to that. That's been life. Life has been stuff with my kids and just hanging out with them. So let me do this quote, because I've not done a quote for a while and I'll kind of miss that. So today's quote is from Carol Burnett. When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let it go. And I encourage you, don't let go of your dreams. Work towards them. Y'all stay happy, stay healthy, keep stitching.